And now we'll make a buck and ball cartridge for Brown Bess. Now, if you've seen the video on how to do the ball cartridge, it's very similar, except we're not going to start with the ball in. We're just going to start with our mandrel. The mandrel is again formed to the exact same size of what the final ball will be. So in this case, we are doing buck and ball, so we'll have a 69 caliber ball, and this mandrel is formed to fit the ball perfectly. Right? So we will start out. In this case, we don't need to do a powder chamber, so we need to just make room here for the choke. And so I'm giving a little over 1/2 inch of space. And once again, I'm folding it fairly tightly, and then this will not come apart for the rest of the time we're building it. Okay, so we're going to choke the tip, and I think I have a little bit too much space, so I'm actually going to put my dowel up a little bit in there. So you can see I've got a little over 1/2 inch of exposed space there. And take the choking cord and choke the end.
Breakfast is ready.
All right. Once the end is choked, we're going to start tying it off. And this is a little more challenging with the buck and ball, but we start out with a 1/2 hitch, pull tight, and then we'll do another 1/2 hitch. We leave this end attached to the yarn, and we're going to just get rid of this tag end right here. And you can press the flower down, and now we have our base. So now things get fun as we start to load the buck and ball. So we're going to load the buckshot first. And I have here, I'm going to put 3 .32 caliber balls in. Right? And they should form a little clover, if you can see that. Right? And now we're going to drop our ball in. And then reinsert our dowel and put it up pretty tight in there. Okay? So at this point, the top can start to fold around your buckshot. Right. We're going to make a loop, go around and loop the loop, we'll rotate the knot, bring it down, and now I'm tightening this up underneath the level of the buckshot. And so it's between the buckshot and the ball. Okay, and I can feel that by hand and bring that tight. Then I'm going to loop, make another loop, loop the loop, loop the loop, rotate. Now this is going to go around the base of the ball, and we're going to pull that tight. And again, this one is the important of all the knots, because it keeps the powder from trickling past the ball when it's all done. Okay, at this point, you can clip off the thread, and we are almost ready for charging. So we got the buckshot and the ball, and then in here, you can see we have a nice clean powder cylinder. I'll take a look at this again from another angle. First, we choke it. Wrap the choke cord around, use my finger to help guide it, and choke the paper. And now we start the process of putting the buck and ball in. Start out with our half hitch. Pull that tight. And another half hitch. Cut off the tag end. And again, we keep the rest of it attached to the yarn. Take out the mandrel. Drop in our buckshot. And once again, I'm doing 3. Followed by round ball. And then we put the mandrel back in, holding everything tight. We can start to cinch down the top now around the three buckshot. And now we're going to make the same loop. So we do a loop, overhand loop, and go around to loop the loop, rotate it 180 degrees, tuck it in under the base of the buckshot, and pull it tight. Again, maintaining this, we're going to do another loop, loop the loop, rotate it, bring it down, and now we're going to cinch it underneath the ball. Cut off the tag, and there we have it. And now to charge the cartridge. And I'm charging it with 80 grains of Swiss 1.5. There we go. All right, and now we will fold the cartridge. So we're going to keep it pretty much as a cylinder, keep it nice and tight against the powder, form a square at the top, fold in from each side, fold back on itself, and then fold the cartridge down. And this provides a nice tear off point. So when you rip it, you will rip it somewhere around here, all right? Which gives you enough of a powder, enough paper to make a funnel, to make it easy to load. And there we have a historically accurate buck and ball. All right, here's a quick shot of my loading station. It's very simple. I have a spool of linen yarn, the choking cord, very simple. Then I have a couple holes here drilled for different size mandrels. So I do a lot of work with 58 caliber, so that's good for that. This is an example of mandrel for 58. And as you saw, here's the 69 mandrel, which fits in that hole. And it just helps to have a place to hold things to keep everything nice and tight.